Distinguished Senate leader, distinguished chairman, Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs, Senator Sanko, the distinguished deputy chairman, Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs, distinguished members of the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs, and distinguished senators from my state, Senator Ned Boko, Senator John Onowako, and Senator Ede Dafinano, the Special Advisor to the President on Senate Matters, Senator Bashir Rowdy, COS. My name is Reno Omokri. I was a Special Assistant to the President on New Media. I'm an author, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Next.
As the distinguished leader of the Senate, distinguished chairman, Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs, distinguished members of the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs, my distinguished Senator, Mr. Abdul Nengi, yes, sir. The Special Advisor to the President on Senate Matters.
Mr. Chairman, you have allowed me. Please protect me. Sir, let us conclude. Your time is going. All right. Mr. Chairman, I think I needed to speak on this in the public interest. With particular reference to the nominee, Reno, because we cannot pretend we have not had stories. For me,
there is no petition before the.
For me,
look,
for me,
let me say,
Mr. Chairman, I believe nominee Omokri has shown by the power of example that he is a pragmatist. He is not detained by old feelings. You may have doubt, suspicion about anyone until you have the opportunity to so perform. Indeed, you don't know anyone until you give him the driver's, you hand over to him the steering of the vehicle. This young man has shown that where he sees a compelling evidence in the interest of the Nigerian nation, he will not be ashamed to say that I was wrong in my assumption. From what I have seen, this man is working and he deserves the support of all those who want progressive governance. The second side of the argument is that we have a president. We have a president who has shown that by the power of example, the minimum requirement of leadership, and here I will proudly say I was a governor, which is a head of a subnational government. And so when I talk, those who are not the governors should listen. You have to have, Your Excellency, you have to have that large hand. You have to have, for me, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has shown a real quality that the fact that you criticized me during the election The fact that you abuse me at what time was the
Senator Adams, you made your point very clear. There is a motion. Senator Adams, you made your point clear. There is a motion in place. Any seconder.
Let me conclude. The president has showed large heart. And he deserves to be commended because he's now the president of all Nigerians.
We commend Mr. President. We commend Mr. President.
There was drama today at the ambassadorial nominee screening by the Nigerian senators. Senator Oshiomhole and Senator Ali Ndume clashed during Reno Omokri's ambassadorial screening. Oshiomhole, senator representing the North, and Ali Ndume, the Borno South lawmaker, engaged in a heated exchange on Thursday today during the screening of a man of particular concern by Nigerians. Reno Omokri is an ambassadorial nominee of President Bola Tinubu. The drama started after Senator Ali Ndume cautioned Oshiomhole for attempting to speak when a motion on the floor had not been seconded, and Ali Ndume was right. This is Senator Oshiomhole's first time as a senator, even though he was a former governor, but there are things he needed to learn. But he was just, showing off. Oshiomhole, the procedure is that's what Ali Ndume said. The procedure is that there is a motion on ground and it should be seconded. If it is not seconded, it is dead. Senator Ali Ndume, former Senate leader, said. Senator Oshiomhole then countered. You have watched the video, noting that, noting the need to speak in the public interest regarding Reno Omokri. He then went ahead to speak because if you have been following Nigerian Senate for some time, just like I am, you will see that Oshiomhole always wants to speak and he is always giving the floor to speak. Despite he's not a high-ranking senator, this is just his first time as a senator. He said, Mr. Chairman, I think I needed to speak on this in the public interest. He seemed to be the one that has to speak in respect to the interest of the public. So there's no other senator that could do so. Maybe there's no other high-ranking senator in that screening today that could have done so. In particular, according to him, reference to the nominee, Reno, because we cannot pretend we have not had stories, he said. Ali Ndume then responded, you can't work on stories. There is no petition before the committee. The Senate is not a joke. Senator Oshiomhole later praised President Bola Tinubu, describing him as a leader guided by pragmatism rather than sentiment. Oshiomhole later went ahead to refer to the past criticism. He said, Reno Omokri, you just watched the video. That we all know that Reno Omokri, during the heat up of the 2023 general election, he made it his free job to criticize Bola Tinubu, called him a drug baron, called him there's no name he didn't call him. He said that his certificate at Chicago State University was fake. But when he saw, as a political jobber he is and a sycophant, saw that Bola Tinubu went ahead to win the election, he retracted all his statements, but forgot to delete all those posts he made. If you go to Facebook, draw back to 2022, those posts are still there. The former Edo State governor also referred to past criticism of Reno Omokri. Tinubu is a pragmatist. He is not deterred by old feelings, doubts, suspicion about anyone until you have the opportunity to so perform, until you hand over to him the steering of a vehicle, Oshiomhole said. This young man, that's Omokri, has shown that where he sees a compelling evidence in the interest of Nigerian nation, he will not be ashamed to say that I was wrong in my assumption. From what I have seen, this man is working and he deserves the support of all those who want progressive governance. That's what Oshiomhole said regarding to President Bola Tinubu. That's in respect to the current position of Reno Omokri regarding Bola Tinubu. Senator Ali Ndume also interjected, saying governors come to Senate because Oshiomhole had bragged small. He said the president had demonstrated a minimum requirement of leadership and claimed that his own experience as a former governor placed him in a position to speak with authority. He said in the video, when he's speaking as a former governor, those who have never become a governor should not speak. Then Senator Ali Ndume also interjected, saying, governors come to Senate after being governors. You struggle to come to Senate. So it's shots fired at each other. If not, as a former, was he not former governor of Enugu State that was there for ambassadorial nominee? So as a former governor doesn't hold water. If former governor was sufficient for him, he shouldn't have gone to Senate. That's my own position on that his claim. As a former governor, those, if he's a former governor as he's speaking, those who has never become governor should not speak. That's baseless. He was part of those that screened former governor, that's immediate past governor of Enugu State. That's his governorship was just last 8 years. This is just the immediate past governor of Enugu State, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, and also the immediate past governor of Abia State. So they were all screened. So all this is claim as a former governor doesn't hold water. If former governor is something to go by, he shouldn't have gone to Senate. And I love how Ali Ndume responded. So it's just a shame that something that shouldn't have even created, a stir or heat is creating a heat. If they are going to, confirm this guy, Reno Omokri, they should do so. If they are not going to confirm him, they should not confirm him, because I don't really like the guy because he's a chameleon. People have won President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but he went ahead to nominate him. What we now wait for, because now that they told him to bow and go, because in the end the Senate told him to bow, take a bow and go. We'll now see where the president will send him to. Some are suggesting that it could be South Sudan. Who knows? It could be any African country. We'll see where Tinubu will place. But I really love Tinubu. Tinubu is a tactical politician. You don't mess around with Tinubu and go scot-free. We'll see where Reno Omokri, these two people, Reno Omokri and FFK, Femi Fani-Kayode, these are the two guys who were at the top of it, criticizing Tinubu, saying all sorts of printable words against this man. And now that he's won, let me just end this video here. It's a shame that you come back to eat your vomit. The person you criticize, you are now working for him. He is now your boss. But that's life. That's what you get from people who don't really have integrity, so to say.